When starting to ride steeper terrain with deeper and lighter pow, Sluff becomes part of the equation of freeriding. Sluff can be really fun, can be playful, but it can also be really lethal. So what is Sluff? People often mix avalanches with Sluff, and it's two very different things. Avalanches are made of a full layer of snow which goes down the mountain, so we call that a slab. Sluff is created by yourself from just doing a few turns and having the snow which runs down and which builds up. When riding steeps and finishing a turn, we always put our board or skis basically 90 degrees to the slope, and we basically offer a huge surface to the Sluff to put a lot of pressure and power to take us down. So sometimes it can be completely inoffensive, but sometimes it could take you into some huge exposure and potentially be lethal. So this is a great example. So I was on a trip with Adrian in the Kuril Islands. So Adrian didn't see it coming. He rode really fast, and then the Sluff happened all of a sudden and took his tail and threw it completely out of balance. Luckily, nothing bad happened, just a small injury to the knee, which is actually nothing compared to the crash. Number 1, the gradient of the slope. Number 2, the amount of fresh snow. Number 3, the quality of snow. So in a way, the lighter, the deeper, and the steeper, the more Sluff there's gonna be. Easy. So basically, you imagine a giant jug of water which you pour over your face, and you know that maybe at the entry of a couloir, when the couloir gets tighter, at the bottom of the couloir, all the Sluff is gonna gather and it's gonna transform into a river. And that's the zone to be really careful of. So the basic technique to ride a Sluffy face is to always basically go away from your Sluff in the same direction. Always ride from point A to point B and stop on an island of safety. So it could be a spine, which is above everything, above the funnels, or it could be on the side of a couloir behind a rock. It could also be have enough speed to beat the Sluff. That can be a tricky thing because Sluff can be really fast, but it works. That is a good day in the office, isn't it? If you decide to cut the river of Sluff, you need to do that with a lot of speed and kind of traverse, coming bombing into the river. So a bit of a, like, let's say 30 degrees angle can be a good thing, because then there won't be too much of a direct impact with the Sluff. If you want to get the shot of your life, you can play a bit with the Sluff and ride next to it or just in front of it, but it's always a pretty tricky thing, so that needs to be made away from exposure. Sluff is a big part of free riding, so instead of trying to block it to avoid it, it's always better to go and play with it so that you can understand the power, how it reacts, and being able to anticipate it. But when in doubt and when above exposure, it's always better to just stop, let it go, and come home safe so that you can go and ride another day.